It's a beautiful Sunday in Oxford, Mississippi. Day 3 of the 2018 Rebel Invitational, bringing us an in-state battle between the 5-1 Southern Miss Golden Eagles and the 5-1 Ole Miss Rebels. What's going on, everybody? Seth Austin alongside Brittany McLaughlin. Brittany, entering this tournament, we may have seen teams from the Big Ten and SEC and thought those would be the best teams at the end of this tournament, but here on a Sunday, we might be seeing the teams that have played the best throughout this weekend.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Something to be said for an in-state rivalry for sure, and that definitely adds to the atmosphere not only in the gym, but that the athletes will have on the court.
Yeah, if you're looking for a storyline to follow throughout this match, keep your eyes glued to the middle of the net. It'll be the middle blockers for both of these teams that will have a big impact on the game. Catherine Repsher hitting a ridiculous 5.25 through 2 weekends. We'll see if she can keep up the hot start for this Golden Eagles team. Over on the Ole Miss side of things, they've been rotating 3 middle blockers throughout the weekend, as teams are wont to do during the preseason portion of their schedule. Bailey Scott yesterday tying a single game career high with 10 kills. Niall Warnell, such a great story this weekend. She's subbed in both of these matches. She'll get the start here today out of the middle. We'll see if she continues her hot way out of the middle. Here's Aubrey Saltemeyer, the sensational freshman who has been an absolute force in the middle for this team. But no matter who Stephen McRoberts has called upon in the middle, Brittany, they've all stepped up when their name has been called.
You're absolutely right. They've been able to perform, and I think that's one kudos to the coaching staff, like you mentioned. Recruiting players that understand that they have a responsibility and a role, but also just to the way that they manage the game as a staff, understanding that each player is going to be able to offer something different, and in any given moment, they can make that swap easily, and it seamlessly integrates into the offense.
Any sort of mistake by Ohio State results in a Rebel win. Ole Miss just needs to buckle down and play their game. Becca Maurer has the experience. She started the last 6 matches a season ago as a freshman. The jump float on the way. Straup on the outside. She's got a full block. Bars is there. Purcell gets to the second ball. Straup again off the back row player. And Ole Miss wins it in 5 over Ohio State. Huge win for the Rebels over a Big Ten foe.
I won't say it was luck because the Rebels prepare, but that was an intense last rally with balls coming off the block and then being popped back up. Kind of Purcell just sort of getting a ball outside, but Emily Straup doing what she has done so well today in the match against Samford earlier, and then all night tonight against Ohio State and putting a ball away.
29-27, Ohio State won the first set. Rebels win 2 and 3. Ohio State bounces back, and then 15-13. Look at this block. Bars gets there, the hustle by Purcell, the focus by Purcell, and Straup just putting a ball in play. Huge win, a momentous occasion for Stephen McRoberts and the Rebels picking up a win. It'll be huge for the RPI, and they knocked off a top-tier team in the Big Ten.
Well, Brittany, there ain't no party like a Florida block party, because a Florida block party don't stop. Taylor Kellum in the middle, moving to the outside. She's been great on the block. She's got double figures in the blocking category. And it's not just Kellum. Everybody's getting involved. Rachel Kramer, 8 blocks, 1 away from tying a career high on her part. I mean, you figure 6'8", she's going to get her hands on some balls out of the middle. And they're not done. Mia Sokolowski, who really only plays on the right side for a few rotations for the Gators, has been involved as well with 6 blocks of her own. Now that we've reached November here in conference play, let's look at the standings. Number 12, Kentucky, beginning to run away with things at the top of the league. Tennessee picked 10th in the league in the preseason. They're 9-2, and Ole Miss sits at 3-8, coming off their first road win in SEC play. Hi, everybody. Seth Austin alongside Brittany McLaughlin. Brittany, in fact, Ole Miss winners of 2 of their last 3, maybe their best stretch here in conference play, but they can't be thinking about that. 2 top 25 teams coming to the Gillum Center here this weekend. They really have to remain focused, don't they?
They are. They're going to have to remain focused, and I think important for players and coaches on the staff to realize is that these teams are different. They're going to have to approach them with a different mentality.
Well, let's take a look at some of the future stars of this league. Lily Feltz, the 6th rotation freshman outside hitter, averaging over 2 kills and 2 digs per set. How about Lauren Thompson making her first start in the rotation She'll come in off the bench as that second right side hitter for Stephen McRoberts' crew.
Excited to watch Lauren Thompson because she is new, because no one else in the SEC has seen her yet. That could be an advantage for the Rebels. Also excited to watch Lily Feltz play because it's just encouraging to watch a 6-rotation freshman start the season and still be playing here as they approach the end of the season.
So maybe the stars of tomorrow, but the stars of today also active in this match. Tessa Grubbs, the junior outside hitter, the reigning SEC Player of the Week. She averages just under 4 kills per set.
Really excited to watch her play simply because she's been on such a hot streak. She had 27 kills in a 5-set win over Georgia last weekend.
Grubbs leads the Vols. Emily Strout leads the Rebels at 4.5 kills per set. She set the single season mark with 474 kills a season ago, and she's well on her way to breaking that here in 2018.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen, and I'm also excited just to watch her continue to kind of evolve as a player here in her junior outing.
Those 2 pins will be impact players here this evening for these 2 teams, but Tennessee's also got an established middle in Erica Triber. She'll work the pins as well, so be wary of her moving along the net. For Ole Miss, they seem to be a lot better when they're getting some activity out of the middle, as well as opposite of Emily Strout. Caitlin Worthington, back-to-back double-double for the Ole Miss team.
Excited to watch Caitlin Worthington play tonight. She started off the season really hot, preseason for the Rebels, got some double-doubles there, and then kind of tapered off towards the middle of the season, but she's come back hot, and just like you said, Seth, it's important to have balance and firepower on the opposite side of the rotation.
17 kills, 19 digs, a career high for Caitlin Worthington in the win over Alabama last Sunday. Here in Oxford, Mississippi, we got a great one brewing between number 25 Tennessee and Ole Miss. Both sets resulted in a 25-21 finish, with both teams taking 1 game apiece. Tennessee wins that second game thanks in part to Addison Rowe. I don't know what it is, Brittany, about these new faces that come into the league and they have no fear, and Addie Rowe is one of those who just came into this match and took it over.
I think it's because they are, nobody knows you, so you can go in and be absolutely anything, anybody, any type of player that you want until, somebody pegs you. Now at this point, if I was the Rebels and just sitting here watching third party, she's a girl that likes to cut back. Either put a second blocker on her or severely adjust your block and make her do something different. She's
got 9 kills tonight on a 316 clip. She came into the match averaging 1.8 kills per set. If the match were to end right now and she weren't to tack on another, she'd have 3 per set. That's well above her season average. She's getting the job done for Eve Rackham. Stays match point. And it's Carter in the back row serving. Strout takes the first ball, bars the second. Worthington, high off hands, kept alive by the Tide. Slide by McSparron, dug up by the setter, bars. Adams setting over her shoulder to Worthington. Senior to end it here on Senior Day. Ole Miss taking down Alabama 25-15 in the 4th game. Sean Burnett and the Tigers trying to take down an SEC foe at the Gillum Center. Near ace, outside set to Strout. She goes cross court. There's Ruhlman with the dig. Palmer recently entered the game, goes cross court. The senior libero for Ole Miss making a play. Strout is blocked, and Memphis is going to beat Ole Miss on the road in 5 sets. Game number 5 belonging to the Tigers, 15-10.
Not the way Stephen McRoberts wanted to head into the weekend. A good win for Sean Burdett and the Memphis Tigers, though. I don't think that this will be a loss set that really affects the Rebels too much. Certainly they didn't want to lose it, but they've won 12 of their last 13 at home, and they've got something kind of to fight for.
That'll end the Ole Miss 8-match win streak. They fall to 9-2 before heading down to Rice. Memphis now 7-5. They've won 4 straight matches and looked truly impressive here at the Gillum Center tonight. Match point, Caroline Adams at the back line serving. Outside, big swing from Ukes finds the back line, and we're all tied up at 14.
Still have to win by 2, so regardless of who wins this 15th point, there will have to be a 16th played.
There are only 14 points per team. There has been 13 ties in the 5th set.
Color me shocked.
Bailey Scott tips it, takes Zweibel out of it. Blessing to have a second setter on the floor. And Flory, here's Straub out of the back row. Cross court, Flory shanks it. Kill, miss. 15-14 Rebels. Gloria set her by trade. It was a blessing to have her out there after Zweibel
Yeah.
took the first ball. Good job by the Rebels staying calm on the attack. Back row set now for the Rebels. Barr sends it over. Chanchuli pops it up. Modified swing there from Mukes. Outside Warrenton. Cross court dug up by Campen. Roll coverage by Warrenton. Mulkey on the right side. She'll tip it. Zweibel takes it. Second ball by Flory. Here's Mukes. Blocked by Bailey Scott. And the Rebels pick up win number 1 in conference play.
Really nice job today. You see Lauren Bars there just losing her mind a little bit, and appropriately so. Honestly, this could have gone either way. We talked about it all match long. It is not anything new to hear that these teams, especially after the way that they played each other today, that these teams could end up higher in conference than they're ranked. The SEC is such a conference that it really, Georgia, yeah, having a great year. Last year, not so much, maybe. Coming up a little bit, sure. South Carolina, same way. We could see next week, LSU just goes off and wins 6 or 8 in a row.
Final here, 16-14 in the 5th set. LSU falls to 5-11 on the year, 0-5. You have to believe the Tigers will come away with the win in conference play rather shortly. Ole Miss 11-8 on the year, 1-4 now in conference play behind 30 kills from Emily Strout, 21 kills from Caitlin Warrenton. New career highs for the outside hitters. Thanks for joining us here on this Sunday. We appreciate you watching the broadcast. You can watch it on replay at watchespn.com or by downloading the ESPN app. For Brittany McLaughlin, for Josh Hinkle, Allie Bridge, Ashley Smith, and Dylan Ybarra in our control room, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time.